Right, standing here with Chris the Wolf Thompson ahead of his international bouts. How are you feeling? You just had a nice training session here?
Yeah, feeling good. Camp went well. Very excited to have an international fight for an international belt, and just expose myself to that international scene. I think it'll be a good thing. And I'm really looking forward to the experience of that hostility. I believe that if you want to be a pro fighter, you've got to fight anybody where they are, in their homeland, in their kitchen, wherever it is. So, we're going to Kinshasa, we're going to the Congo, and we're going to be fighting a Congolese guy there, Congolese champion. So, I'm ready for the hostility, I'm ready for the crowd, I'm ready for the shouts, and we're ready to silence them.
WBF international title on the line. How do you feel about that?
I'm grateful. I'm like I said, I'm happy to expose myself to the international scene, and start accumulating belts of all forms. I invite any belt, any challenger, any fighter, any time. Within the year, send us a contract and we can go. So I'm excited for the fight. We've trained hard, and now it's just time to do the work.
I guess the obvious question is, are you still in the hunt for that SA title?
Yeah, 100%. What the fuck's going on with you heavyweights in South Africa? What's going on, honestly? Fuck's sakes. I called Tian Fick out for a year. He ran like a little girl. Juan Roux won the title, and then he fought Josh Pretorius. No, he didn't fight Josh Pretorius. He's fighting Josh Pretorius now. Whoever wins that fight, guys, come onto the call. Otherwise, to be honest with you, I'm tired of calling them out. They must carry the SA title, and if the challenge comes about, it comes about. But I believe if you're a pro fighter and I'm calling you out and you're not accepting the challenge, what are you doing? Are you cherry picking? And I personally messaged Juan Roux' camp before the Pretorius fight got put in. We put in the challenge for the SA title before the fight got made, and they chose Josh Pretorius, for obvious reasons. They're cherry picking, they're scared. What are you scared of? Let's go, bro. You want to be a pro fighter, put on the gloves, let's get in the mix.
So how does a fight go between you and Juan Roux?
I stop him quickly. Ask Juan Roux how the fight goes. I knock him out, 100%.
All right. And I want to go back quickly to your fights in the DRC. How much homework have you done on your opponents?
We've done quite a bit of homework. Obviously, it's difficult with the DRC because they were banned from BoxRec. So we had to get the guy's record and get video footage from his manager in the DRC, which quite gratefully they were very compliant, and they sent us all those kind of information. They sent us his record and they sent us some clips and stuff like that. But I don't really do much of the studying. My trainer Shannon does all the studying, and he comes up with a game plan, and I just implement the game plan on the night.
Just from a fan's perspective, what is his record?
He's had 10 or 12 fights. He hasn't had a loss. He won the Congolese championship, and so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good mix. I think he has 6 KOs. Of the 10 fights. So, it's heavyweight division, everybody carries power. But, I'm looking forward to going there. As I said, mainly I'm looking forward to the hostility, to exposing myself to that kind of pressure, and, exposing myself to that kind of amount of people being against you, because when you go overseas, no one wants to support you. So you may as well get used to that feeling here at home.
You had an experience in Tanzania where you got bitten as well, and you got also a dubious draw that very same day. Thoughts about that?
That's boxing, the bite doesn't bother me. It's a fight. If a guy's going to fight dirty, he's going to fight dirty. I guess that's his style. It really doesn't bother me. We're in a fight, we're there to hurt each other, and whatever happens, happens. The fact that he bit me just shows desperation on his part. It didn't bother me in the fight. It didn't protrude me at all. What bothered me was the fact that the ref clearly saw the bite, told the ref that I got a bite, and he just told me just fight on. My trainer then, after the round went, told him, hey, what happened about the bite? And they just told us to carry on. With the robbery, with the draw, that is what it is. That's boxing. Guys go abroad. We saw that. If you go abroad, you've got to knock guys out. So, we're going to the DRC to knock this guy out. I'm not going to leave it to the judges, because, that's boxing. That's the sport that we're in. You go to places, you can have a world title fight and not have official judging. We saw that last weekend, and they had a world title fight with non-official judges. I don't know where you find that, but that's the sport of boxing.
Does that rematch interest you at all for that last fight?
Yeah, definitely. Bring him to SA. Let me bite him here in the homeland. Let him feel what the wolf bite's like. He bit me in his hometown. Let me bite him here.
All right. And how's the preparation gone for the leading up to this particular fight?
Really good, to be honest with you. I think the main thing that we changed really is we didn't have such a long camp. normally I camp for about 10 weeks. This camp was 6 weeks, and I actually find it's better because, on the back end of a long camp, the body really tires and it gets sore, and you have to really focus more on recovery, and you got to kind of slow the sparring down. Whereas with the 6 week, we kind of we just pumped it all in there, and I can feel that I'm peaking at the right time, and my body hasn't taken too much strain from the long duration of a long camp. And so that was the main change we made, really, is we made it 6 weeks extremely intense, and I find it better that way.
All right, it's very early days, and of course you've got a title fight coming up, but how many fights do you think you'll be in this year?
I don't know. It's the sport of boxing.
How much would you like?
How much would I like? 10?
Oh, really?
Yeah, to be honest, I would love to fight 10 times. I did it last year. I fought 3 times in 5 weeks. I fought 3 times last year in 5 weeks. We fought twice in 2 weeks last year. And, that's fighting. If you want to fight and you have a good fight and the duration of the fight, you don't take damage, and you have the ability and the blessing to be given another opportunity, then I believe you should be taking it. You should try and be as active as possible. If you're not taking damage in the ring and you're not taking damage to your brain, why not fight as often as possible? I love to fight. I genuinely love to fight. That's why, I believe I spar more than any other fighter in our country. I spar a lot because I enjoy it, and I find that that's where I up my skills the most. So to be honest, I'm really looking forward to the year. We do have something on the cards for March. I'm not going to mention what it is yet. I'm sure everybody can pick up what it is. It's on the last Thursday. So we're looking to fight Chow in March, and that will be the next date that we'll be looking at.
All right, and when you say you're going to be fighting in March, any big name opponents coming up?
We'll see. Nothing's signed yet, nothing's sealed, but whoever they put in front, we did have a suggestion. I don't know if their camp has accepted the fight or whether they've turned down the fight. I'm not too sure. But it is another big guy, good mate of mine, and hopefully we can get it on. If not, I would still like to have that Merera fight. I believe that's a good fight. He's got a nice world ranking, and it's a very winnable fight for me. It was going to happen. Unfortunately, I got COVID like 3 days before my fight last year. So that's a fight that we will still materialize.
All right, and this fight, what's your prediction? Don't say a win, please.
I have to fucking knock this guy out. I'm going to knock this guy out. We're going to the DRC. Like I said a couple of times, it's going to be very hostile. So I know the only way to silence, firstly, the crowd and show the judges that we're winning is to put the guy on his ass and put him to bed. Otherwise, the hostility of the crowd often gets involved in the judging. The guys believe that the punches are landing just because the crowd is making noise. So, we really got to go out there and we've got to have a shutout performance, and I'm going for the knockout.
All right, and all the best for that performance. Anything lastly you want to say? Any thank yous or shout outs?
Yeah, just thank you to everybody. I'm looking forward to a big year, 2022. It's going to be a good year for me. It's strap season this year. And, to all my friends, my fans, my sponsors, a huge thank you. Without sponsors and without people supporting you and without boxing channels like this, none of it's possible. So to everybody, I really appreciate it. And, at the end of the day, I fight for the fans and I fight for the enjoyment and the love for fighting. And that's as simple as that.
All right, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.